Alright, man, with eTrailer, if you're looking for a more premium set of chains that are going to have a clean look to your tire, easy to get on and off, and it's going to give you a lot more peace of mind, then I'd recommend the Konig Self-tensioning Tire Chain on our 2024 Hyundai Kona. Now we're going to have this on our front axle is what the manual recommends, and our tire size is going to be 215, 60, or 17. So let's check it out. These chains are going to be more ideal for those moderate snow and ice conditions, and that's going to be because we got square links. And what's nice about square links is that we have these hard edges to them, and that's what's going to give us this extra bite through ice and snow. They're going to give us a pretty smooth ride though, because they're going to be really low profile to our tires. That's going to be Class S chains, and what that really means is this gives us plenty of space to sit underneath our suspension, so if this did loosen up at all, it's not even going to come close to making contact with the suspension. And we're going to have this diamond pattern to the chains, so we're getting a lot of coverage, and if you get more coverage on your tire, you're ultimately going to get more traction too, which is also going to help a lot when you're making those turns. And here in the center, we're going to have these gray links and these red links too. This has this coating on it, so if it were to make contact with your rim, it's going to be less likely to scratch anything up. And what really makes these chains stand out from amongst the competition is going to be this device right here. This is our self-tensioning device, and how that works is a hook comes out from here and grabs onto this cord, which is constantly pulling tension on the rest of your chains. And what's nice about this is when you're driving down the road and your chains shift, which they most likely will, they're probably going to loosen up. If that happens and this loosens up a bit, as you drive, this is going to continually apply pressure, which is going to give you a lot more peace of mind because this most likely will not loosen as you drive. These chains are going to come in a set of two in this pretty sturdy box or kind of crate. And the way this works is if I open this up, you see our chains fit nicely in here. This will come with some protectors to protect your rim if you have any links that are constantly rubbing against your rim. Now the one downside I see to this container, because I do like it, it does keep our chains in a pretty compact kind of point. What I don't like though is we don't have a divider in here. And something I've noticed is sometimes these chains can get tangled together, which if you're already putting on tire chains, you don't want to have to untangle anything either. So another set that does a good job with their container, but you still want that self-tensioner, is going to be the P-Wag Servo tire chains. But in my opinion, I like these a little bit more than those, and that's mainly going to be because of our self-tensioning device. Because that one is pretty neat, it's pretty simple, but I really like how durable this is. It feels pretty solid, and it's just a clean look overall. As for the installation too, it's really nice, especially with any of these self-tensioning tire chains, because we don't have to get underneath our vehicle, which we don't have a whole lot of ground clearance there anyways. So trying to do that in the snow, it's not going to be fun. So if you are looking for that easy installation, this is going to be one of the best finds you can find. If you're curious to see what that looks like, just stay tuned and we'll walk you through the process. To start off the installation, I'm going to lay out my chains, grab some gloves, just make this a bit easier. Now, I recommend if you are doing this for the first time, doing this at home because you don't want to try to figure this out on the side of the road in the middle of a blizzard. Now, what I'm looking for is to make sure there's no damages to my links and nothing's twisted up. If that looks pretty good, I also want to make sure it's in the right orientation. So we want to make sure that these hooks have the flat part facing up, so it's against the tire. And we're going to have this blue cord closest to the tire itself. On the other side, we want to make sure we have these gray links. And in the center, nothing's connected yet. If that looks good, then we can push everything to the relative sides and push this behind our tire. When I do this, I kind of like to put a little bit of pressure behind it so everything gets across. Because what can happen is something can catch back there and things can get a little messy. But If it looks like this, you're on the right track. Then I like to make my connection on the back first, which is just going to consist of this metal block going into that channel and cinching into place. I like to maintain control of these chains and drape them over the front side. Then you're going to have a red hook and a red link. Those are going to go in together just like that. And you'll notice this is hanging kind of low, so we actually need to fix this a bit because we don't want this rubbing against our rim. And I like to make sure with my backhand it's even on both sides. With that adjusted, I'm going to come to the bottom, and this connection is going to consist of this red channel with this silver lever. I'm going to run this cord through here, as you can see here, like that. Opening this into place is going to grab onto it. Then I'm just going to apply pressure, pulling this, really trying to cinch it down. And then to finish it off, I'm just going to grab this hook that's in that tensioning device, put it on here, and make sure everything's connected. Afterwards, just kind of pull on everything, make sure everything's feeling good. If it is, then you repeat that process on the other side. After which, just back up or pull forward some to make sure nothing's shifting too much and you still have a good fit. And if you do, you can take it out for a ride. But let's just look at the Konig Self-tensioning Tire Chain on our 2024 Hyundai Kona. I'm Matt. Thanks for watching.